Hello everybody, this is Unit 4, Formative 2, Day 1, Adding and Subtracting Polynomials. Okay, remember when you add and subtract polynomials, it's just like combining like terms. They have to be same variable, same exponent. Okay, so if I had 2x squared, okay, I could add negative 3x squared to it. Okay, anything with an x squared, negative 1/2 x squared. Okay, those I can all add together. If my variable changed exponents, I could not. So that's an unlike term. Okay, so it's just like combining like terms. All right. So first of all, degree of a polynomial. The degree of a polynomial is the exponents added together. Okay, add the exponents. Okay, variables only. Okay, so 3x, x has a 1 exponent, so this degree is 1. Okay, this one, remember we don't count numbers, so we have a 3 and a 4, so this degree is 7. And then on this one, the negative 10 doesn't count, the a has a 1, so 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 7, this degree is 11. Okay, so that will be on the test, so make sure you write that down in your notes so you can refer back to them. We don't use it a lot or talk about it a lot, but you do need to know how to do it on the test. All right, naming polynomials. Okay, the prefix tells you about the polynomial. Mono meaning 1. So 3x to the 4th is a monomial. Okay, it has one term. There's no addition or subtraction. 1/2 y to the 3rd z. That is a monomial. Okay, it's one term. There's no addition or subtraction in there. A binomial is when you have two terms, and they're separated by an addition or a subtraction. So 3x minus 4y is a binomial. 7a minus 3 is a binomial. Okay. Trinomial, okay, so bi is 2, tri is 3, is when you have three terms separated by subtraction or addition. So 7x squared plus 4x minus 6, that's a trinomial. Three terms. A plus b minus c is a trinomial. Okay. Polynomial, poly just means many. Okay, so that's just when it's over 3 we call it a polynomial, but we can also call 3 terms a polynomial. Okay, so this is just more terms. 7a minus 4b plus 6c minus 2. Okay, that's 4 terms. We don't have a quadnomial, so this is a polynomial and has many terms. Okay. All right, adding polynomials. Okay, so we have 2 trinomials. So we have this trinomial, and we're adding this trinomial. Whenever there's an addition sign, the parentheses really don't matter, so you're just going to add like terms. Okay. So I have 4x squared and 2x squared. Okay, and there's addition there. So 4x squared plus 2x squared is 6x squared. Remember, exponents don't change when you're adding or subtracting. Okay. Now I have a negative 3x plus 4x. That gives me 1x. And then I have 7 minus 9 gives me negative 2. So adding those polynomials, I get 6x squared plus 1x minus 2. Okay. Now if there's subtraction, we have to distribute the negative. Okay, so remember there's a negative 1 there. So we have 3a minus 4m. I got to distribute a negative. So negative 1 times 6a is negative 6a. And negative 1 times 7m is negative 7m. Now I combine like terms. So I have 3a and minus 6a gives me negative 3a. Then I have negative 4m minus 7m gives me negative 11m. Okay. Now here's another way to look at it. This is just stacked vertically, but the same concepts. You need to distribute your negative. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and change. When I take a negative times a negative, this becomes a positive. When I take a negative times a positive, this is now a negative. And then when I take a negative times a negative, this is now a positive. Okay. Now you notice they're lined up, so like terms are lined up. So I have 6x plus 4x, which gives me 10x. Negative 7y minus 3y gives me negative 10y. And then 2 plus 9 is 11. All right, here's one with 3 different polynomials. Okay, the first thing you need to do is make sure there's no subtraction in between, and we have a subtraction here, so I need to distribute that subtraction. Here's addition, so I don't need to do anything with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute my subtraction. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this one. Okay, so we have, remember this is a -1. -1 times 2a is -2a. -1 times 6 is -6. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. All right, and I always start alphabetical. So I have 4a, -2a, -10a. So 4 minus 2 is 2, minus 10 is -8a. Cross those out. So we have -3b, and a positive 6b gives me a positive 3b. Okay, now I have 6 minus 6, which is 0, plus 4. Okay, and there's your answer. Okay, last one. We have the perimeter of a triangle measures 11x squared minus 10x plus 7. Two sides of the triangle have lengths 3x squared plus 5x and 11x minus 4. Find the length of the third side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write this in. So one side has 3x squared plus 5, and one is 11x minus 4. Now we don't know what this side is, okay, but we know the perimeter, which means all 3 sides add up to this. Okay. Now I don't know one side, okay, but I know 2. Right? So if I add these 2 together, okay, subtract it from my perimeter, I'm going to be left with this third side. So I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 of the 3 sides I know. So we have 3x squared plus 5 plus 11x minus 4. And that gives me 3x squared plus 11x plus 1. Okay. So that's the 2 sides, but not the third. But I know all 3 sides add up to this. 2 sides add up to this. 3 sides add up to this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to subtract it. So I have 11x squared minus 10x plus 7. And I have to subtract 3x squared plus 11x plus 1. Okay. Now this is subtraction. Subtraction, so you need to distribute your negative. So that makes that negative, that minus, and that minus. Okay, so I have 11x squared and a negative 3x squared gives me 8x squared. Negative 10x minus 11x gives me negative 21x. And then 7 minus 1 gives me 6. So the third side measures 8x squared minus 21x plus 6. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in class.